So we know poet, there is a name of a person who wrote this, and it's a rhetorical phrase, like a lacking poetry, like humbly, like and I lack words for your beauty, kind of word, lacking talent, I thought. But among this gathering, they chose the best poet and then asked him to write something. So this is what he's saying. So again, he's referring to the literary gathering of Luoyang. This is like a Wang Shiji, again, Three Kingdoms of China, or Shangsan. He was very famous, like a model scholar, again, in Chinese history. And then Jinsolhui is another famous gathering, sort of a club of government officials. So they are referring to these examples, and then in a way, look at that. They lived all the way up to facing 7 years of age. This is a blessing. This is unusual. A lot of people didn't pass age of 40s. It was hard. But they are very lucky ones. They had a great career, and they lived all the way looking forward to 70, and then they were enjoying this beautiful gathering. So these are, like when they met, and then some of the attendees' seals, they are their own seals, and then these are the details of the painting. And so these are the governments of the Yangban, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but then they brought the whole staff to help them with the beautiful scenery, and they are also old. So here, this is the beginning of the poem. They were born in the same year, has the same past, and then they are now looking forward to this old age. And then, so this is what you've read. So who wrote this? Jung Sa-ryong is the name of the person who wrote that poem. Inscription, and then reunion of a 60-year-old man who entered the government around the same time. So this really shows their pride and their value. And then I always tell students that this is sort of a paid photograph kind of one. They only had one, but if they pay a little bit more, the painter will make a copy of it, like for just the ink and brush. But one of them probably kept this as a memory of their gathering, and this becomes very important work for their families. So it's an imitation of Angyan, but brush stroke is not as fine as Angyan, right? Look, you see a little bit of it. It's more like pencil, drawings, but you can see the Angyan style, like pointy trees here and there, and then the cascade is flowing. So it's a great example showing the influence of Angyan. So Angyan was also revered among Japanese painters. So up to the 16th century, Japanese people wanted to have a cultural exchange with people in Joseon Dynasty on a regular basis. So this one painted by Kangaku Shinso. His name is Soami. His pen name is Soami. And this one shows his emulation or respect for Angyan style painting. These are 2, 1 and 2 together. And these are 4 seasons: spring, summer, and then fall, winter. Spring, summer, and then fall, winter, because you are going to put them together. Like this one goes to the left, and then here, like from here, you should have put, like from here, you should have put the earlier painting right there, so that the seals are again like a mirroring. You close them, it collapses together. So that's Joseon Dynasty painting, and then I'm going to moving into ceramics, and then I'm going to finish today's lecture for early Joseon Dynasty. But briefly, I want to tell you this. So King Sejong, I created a separate slide for King Sejong's achievement. This will be available on your Blackboard, so I'm not going to give you an entire lecture, but King Sejong was very interested in creating, this is a timeline of early Joseon, all of those scientific tools. So let me see. So he really hired the Jungin class people in order to become a in order to achieve the scientific progress. So practical learning. So this is the Korean alphabet here, and then if you go to the City Hall Plaza, this is the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And then in that, like a main plaza, you're going to see the statue of King Sejong. He's currently on the currency of 10,000 won. So he wrote agricultural treatises, and then he also created Academy of Scholars. They worked together to create alphabets. And then this one, Jang Young-sil, is a Jung-in class, like a middle class scientist. And he was originally even slave, but Sejong valued his talent and then updated his status. And then Jang Young-sil created the rain gauge, and then they created astronomical instrument and always. So King Sejong was really busy during his reign. Like he was doing all of this, and water. It's like a water cloud. Really interesting idea. And then the rain gauge for the agriculture, and then the water mark. Like this one still survives. Like how much water you got, especially summertime. It rains a lot. And then he also created that metal typescripts. It's called the Kapin. Is the name of the year. So he created a new typeset. So I would say that he was a rudimentary, even graphic designer, right? Like creating a font is a big deal, isn't it? So I want you to take a look, or there are some documentaries on King Sejong.